Good afternoon, South Africa. Welcome to Afternoon Express. Jeannie and I eat so much spinach and kale. We actually have to check each other's teeth just before the show starts to check if we have green stuff in our teeth.
Do we? We're all clear.
Yeah, we're clear. Thank you for choosing to spend your afternoon with us today. Now, whether it's at the office, police station, or hospital, soapies can make any 9-to-5 job look as exciting as the weekend, which is why millions of families are glued to their television screens every evening watching their favorite soapies. And today we meet the fabulous Bawinile Ntshaba, who played the role of Kethiwe in the soapie generations. Definitely one of the most memorable characters to grace our screens during that time.
Do you know, I'm sure I've told you this, but it was always one of my dreams to be a soap star.
Really?
Yes. I wanted to have amnesia, and I wanted like 4 different husbands. I mean, that for me was life.
I could see you in those telenovelas.
Me too, actually. But today we also chat to SABRIC CEO Kalyani Pillay about the latest banking scams so that you don't end up falling victim to fraudsters. Plus we chat to triumphant 7-year-old Thaarikah Matthews, who overcame congenital heart disease after 4 gruelling surgeries.
So that couldn't have been easy.
Yeah.
But now remember, you can join the conversation anytime by letting us know what your favorite soapie is on SABC, and tweet us at Afternoon Chat using our hashtag Afternoon Express. We also have a Facebook page. Pop over there and post us.
What's yours?
My favorite soapie?
Yes. Like Bold and the Beautiful, definitely mine, but Generations is also good. Weren't you in Isidingo once?
I think Isidingo. I think Isidingo will always be my favorite soapie.
Yeah, I think so too.
Yeah.
Welcome to Afternoon Express on this wonderful but windy Wednesday here in Cape Town. My name is Palisa Dembe. I'm in the kitchen with Chef Clem, and today we're focusing firmly on desserts.
It is, but it's kind of like a little health-driven as well. We're gonna make a cheesecake with a difference. There's no cheese.
No.
Yeah.
But isn't that the best part?
Not today. You're gonna see.
Such as the Academy Award-nominated film Yesterday, to name a few. Since then, she has proved that she has staying power and has shown great versatility as a performing artist.
But it doesn't end there. She's also founded the glamorous Royalty Soapie Awards, which celebrate the soapie industry. Welcome to the Loft, Winnie. Lovely to see you.
Thank you for having me here. Wow, this feels like home.
It's so cozy but fabulous, right?
Yes.
Wow,
yes.
so Kethiwe was one of the most loved characters on our TV screens for a very long time. And when she went through this, she was like this little girl from Emaplazini, and then over time she just became this woman, and I was like, take me back to the beginning. Tell me about your journey with Kethiwe and what you loved most about it.
Up to today, I realized how much of an impact Kethiwe had on people. Because even today at the airport, people call me Kethiwe. I'm thinking, hi, Bow, guys, I'm on another show. I'm another character now. But I guess the time that I joined the show, I was a totally different character. You know, I didn't have makeup on. It was just me saying sorry putao throughout the whole...
Was that tough though? Was that tough for you to be on a very glamorous platform like Generations?
No.
And be the only one who's always
not wearing makeup?
I loved it.
I loved it because people loved me. People loved me. I think everyone was the same at that time. And there came Kethiwe, and she was different. And people could relate to her as well. I think people were hungry for something different at that time. I didn't have a weave on. I would just wake up and just do base and powder. Yeah. But I think also it's important that we represent all of South Africa. You know, so people felt represented by the role of Kethiwe, because I was a maid. Who had a plan. I was a maid that had a vision. She had a vision.
Absolutely.
A far cry from your current character that you're playing, which is a witch. But she does the most hectic things.
Can you imagine what your Twitter profile would be? Housewife, witch, businesswoman. What would her Twitter profile be? This character.
Sure. Fierce wardrobe. I want
Guys,
to know, what kind of planning did you do? Like, you know, when you get this amazing role and you're going to go and research it, what kind of planning and research did you do for this role now? Because this woman is a lot.
Can I tell you, I did not do no research.
Yeah.
The script for me was so beautifully written that everything was just there.
Okay,
mine was to just breathe life into it.
Yeah.
I didn't have to go, because research meant I would have to go meet some witches. Which for me, I'm a Christian. For me, it was going to be tapping into some different, difficult dark world, which, I know there are no jokes in the spirit realm, but let me tell you, when I got the role, I had to go speak to my pastor because I had those reservations of there are no jokes in the spirit, you know. I'm going to be tapping into some forces of darkness. What if these things follow me at night?
Right.
Yeah. But then my pastor said to me, you know what, this is your comeback. Because I'd taken a break. This is your comeback. We will pray about it, we'll cover you. Go do it. Go shine.
Right. So which then puts more responsibility on you to really make a distinction between the character and your life.
Yes.
And to almost, do you have almost like a, for lack of a better word, a cleansing process when you leave set to say, okay, now I'm leaving that behind?
For me, as soon as I take off the costume, I get back to being Winnie.
Yeah. And what do you think of some of the stuff your character does? It's dark.
Tell us about some of the things that she's done.
When she had to kill her own child, I think that for me, I was shaking. I remember when I was ready to go and said, the wardrobe lady comes to me and she says, are you okay? I couldn't even see that they're seeing. And I said to her, yeah, I'm fine. And she says to me, have you prayed? And I said, then I realized, oh my God, it's hectic what this woman is about to do. But yeah, I told her, no, I'm fine. I'm covered. I'm fine.
Because why did she have to kill her child? To give his liver to get to the man that she wants?
To get the husband to kill the other child that she doesn't like.
I mean...
Okay, no,
it's that script must be...
It's hard.
How do you kill your own child and feed your husband the liver of the child? And the husband thinks it's just meat from the butcher and he eats.
Oh, no, that's so gross.
But you know what? As an actor, for me, it challenged me to the core. Yeah, and also showing people, because these things happen.
These things happen.
We cannot run away from that. These things, there are people who are wealthy today who had to make sacrifices.
Do you think that they did like that?
Yeah.
Yes.
It happens.
It's hectic.
It's a thing.
No, I don't want to know that kind of stuff exists.
It does, unfortunately.
Do you honestly think that happens to that extent?
We know it happens.
It happens.
Okay, I'm going to have
there's
to research that a little bit more.
Very dark spiritual
underworld. And these are issues that we need to talk about.
These
are issues that we cannot really just sweep off.
Right.
They do happen. We need to address such things.
Do you think does the storyline offer a redemptive end where you're not necessarily glorifying these issues and saying, you could do this, you know, you could always just kill your child and then get rich? Is the show attempting to make a commentary on it and
am hoping
this does not end well?
It doesn't end well. Yeah, I think what's going to happen in the coming episode is a redemptive end.
Okay.
But yeah, I think Mum Gadi needs to come back.
Absolutely.
A Christian, born again.
Definitely.
Or somebody must just wake up and say, this was a horrible dream. This was a nightmare.
Well, you can in a telenovela. That's the best part about it. Thank you so much for being here today. We're going to have you throughout the whole show. So we're looking forward to chatting to you again some more.
Thank you.
Now, after the break, Chef Clem prepares the most decadent toasted coconut pavlovas with a chocolate coconut creme dessert. And we give you all the info on how to combat becoming a victim of organized bank-related crimes with SABRIC CEO Kalyani Pillay. Remember to engage with us on social media and let us know which SABC soapie is your favorite. Tweet us at Afternoon Chat using the hashtag Afternoon Express, or you can just comment on our Facebook page.
Find the space you need in a home you love. Private property, a home for everyone.
Enter the Win a Home competition on privateproperty.co.za and stand a chance to win a brand new, fully decorated apartment at Paraflay Lifestyle Estate, developed by Baldwin Properties, worth over 3 million rand.
Welcome back to Afternoon Express. We're in the kitchen now, and thank you so much for joining us. Today's Woolies recipe is all about sweet, luxurious decadence. And the best part is that it's completely dairy-free. Let's see how Clem prepares this toasted coconut pavlova. I've missed you, Clem. I haven't seen you in a while.
Know, it's been so long. So, are you happy to be back in the kitchen now?
I'm excited.
Okay, cool. And especially this one's quite nice because it's dairy-free, so for those that are avoiding it, this is the... You don't even notice it, to be honest with you.
Right.
It is really decadent. So we're starting off in our mixture over here. We've got some liquid egg whites, by the way. So if you're up in the gym, working on that fitness, that's the guy. Normally
This
you
is the
separate your
guy.
eggs. You know the egg white omelet,
But
then
this
you
is already separated.
It's separated for you already, and it's free range.
And some people use this to just make a scrambled eggs, right?
They put it in smoothies because it's obviously high in protein.
Yeah.
They use it
Yeah.
for scrambled eggs. But baking is really great as well because you can like monitor it, and you can also freeze it when you
Look at it, it's eggs.
It's eggs.
It's eggs.
It's real eggs.
Okay, cool.
So that's gone in our mixer with a little bit of caster sugar. We've whipped it up so it's gone nice and glossy. To that, we're going to add some vanilla, just like that. And then some toasted coconut. So what I've done was I just bought some desiccated coconut, popped it in a pan, did my little chefy
and then
thing.
just browned it.
Yeah, super simple. No oil, no nothing. There's fat in the coconut already. Get that in there.
Enough?
Yeah.
Wow. I wouldn't have
Totally.
thought
Don't
so.
add any more fat to it. That's enough in there. The thing is, like, you could use normal coconut untoasted, but I think there's just so much more flavor in the
It gives it that nutty taste.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Give it a good mix. Done, just like that.
Nice.
I'll put mine in a piping bag. You've tasted it. You've tasted it, Bonnie. I saw you. How does it taste?
Tastes good.
It tastes good. All right, so now we're going to pipe our little beautiful meringues, or pavlovas, right?
Yeah.
Yes, yeah, call it out. Hey, you've been...
He called me out. He called me out. I thought he wasn't looking when I tasted it,
Nah,
but
it's
I
okay.
did.
I like it.
I'm a naughty kid in the kitchen.
And I appreciate that. I'll never get angry. People be sneaking props away from the kitchen. It's fine. So kind of what you're trying to do is get a nice base and then go on the outside and get a little bit of like a nest shape.
Okay.
Go for it.
Me
You
try.
got this.
My turn. Okay.
Complete silence. Complete science. Science. Slide. You got this.
I got it. I think I got it.
Now give yourself a little bit of a rim on the outside.
Another rim.
No, like on the top, so like you can actually put stuff inside.
Oh.
The focus is immense. Okay, I'm gonna. That's
I don't
great.
know.
Okay.
I like mine like that.
You know what?
Don't judge it.
No, I love it. I love it. I love it. It goes into the oven, nice and low. You're gonna try and dry it out, and then what happens is they come out looking like this, with a little hole in the middle.
Is
Like
that what
so.
you meant by a little rim?
But it's fine.
It's okay.
It's okay. Yeah.
Mine will not have it then.
It's okay. So what I've got is, you didn't even know about this. You've been away.
No, I don't. What is this?
These are dairy-free chocolate desserts, right? It's
No.
made of coconut oil. It's made of
What?
Yes. Okay, okay, take this one. Go home now.
Oh my goodness,
Go.
I
It's
am
really
so
good.
excited.
No, I'm obsessed.
Vegetarian chocolate coconut cream.
I'm obsessed. And on Daily Difference right now, it's 3 for 30 Rand.
Really?
I have no more fridge
I'm going to
space.
stock up on these.
Oh,
I'm
they are
stocking
so
up on
decadent.
these.
Okay, there we go.
So excited.
This is the filling, just like that. So you're gonna take your spoon. You see, if you do make a flat one like this, it's fine. Okay? You can double them up.
Okay.
There we go. Like we've done in the front over there. So take some of your filling, just like that. Pop it on there. Try and get it in there if you can. Just pushing it down.
Pushing it down.
If it doesn't go, it's fine. It's okay. But all you're gonna do is just layer it up.
And this is completely dairy-free.
It's completely dairy-free.
Every single thing is dairy-free.
You're gonna be obsessed with this, though.
I'm so excited.
It's crazy.
Being vegan never looked this good before. From today's Woolies recipe, it's clear that Clem is nuts about coconut, but we don't mind as long as he keeps making these delicious treats. So get the ingredients and the list and the link sent to your device. Simply SMS EAT to 33650. And if you want to see how we put this dish together one more time, here's a quick recap.
phishing, vishing, and smishing may sound foreign, but they are all forms of action fraud, deceitful methods used by cybercriminals to trick us into giving out our personal information like bank card details, ID numbers, and even passwords. Now, if you think it won't happen to you, think again, because according to statistics, it's estimated that fraud attempts happen as frequently as every 15 seconds. Now, SABRIC CEO Kalyani Pillay is in the loft to explain how to identify and avoid all of them. Welcome to Afternoon Express.
Thank you very much, Jenny.
Now, I don't know if I'm getting old, but phishing sounds like something that we used to go and catch fish with fishing. And smishing sounds like when I used to smooch all the boys at school. They obviously don't have the same meanings.
Sure.
What exactly are they? Let's start with fishing. What is it?
Sure, but before we even go to that, let me tell you that that's not all of it. It's not just fishing, smishing, vishing.
Yeah.
There's spear fishing and there's whaling and it just goes on and on. So there's
but
just
there's
so
whaling
much
and fraud as well. Hey?
All of it. And just out of interest, the whaling is when they go for the big boys. So, you know, it's that kind of thing. But yeah.
So is that an actual term?
Yes, it is. So spear
amazing.
fishing, whaling, all of it comes, is all part of how we describe different modus operandi.
Amazing.
Yes.
Okay, well, let's start with fishing.
Yes.
What is phishing?
So with phishing, what happens is that the perpetrators use emails to send out communications to their potential victims. They send out hundreds and thousands of emails.
Yes, we've all gotten them.
Yes,
I've been a victim.
They harvest email addresses and just send them out with the hope of having people respond.
Yeah.
It's about manipulating people emotionally. It's about using social engineering tactics to get people to respond. And most often what they do is that they purport to be a bank, a financial institution, or they purport to be some legitimate company. And people, unfortunately, a lot of people respond and they believe these communications.
Yeah. You know, sometimes when you hear about that, you think, oh, but who replies to some of those emails? But I actually got somebody phoning me pretending to be from SARS.
Sure.
And wanted a lot of my personal information. And when it's somebody like SARS, you want to give them a lot of your information because you don't know whether it's legit or not.
Absolutely. And I think also now we're coming up to that time of the year where people start submitting their tax returns. Yeah. And of course, like you say, nobody wants to contravene anything with the receiver of revenue. But I think the important thing is, like with your bank, even the receiver of revenue will never ever ask you to click on anything so that you can provide private information. Yeah. And I think what happens also, and this is where the social engineering and the emotional manipulation comes in, is where, especially if you take the example on the receiver of revenue, people are so excited about receiving their rebates, they're waiting for this additional amount of money. And what the criminals do is that they actually know this. So they get you to provide them with banking information and also more than what you would be required to give.
Yes.
Normally you would give the receiver of revenue your bank account number, you know, so that they could put it in. But that as well, the receiver wouldn't ask you to give it to them by way of email. You've got to go in. But what the perpetrators do is then they ask you for username, password, PIN number.
No, nobody ever needs that.
Absolutely. Yeah. And I think that's the important thing, is that whether it's your bank, whether it's the receiver, whether it's anybody, you should never, ever give out things like your banking log-on information, your passwords, your PIN numbers. You never have to give it to anybody at all. I mean, the only time you need to put your expiry date and your CVV number
is when you're shopping.
Is when you're shopping online. I mean, Dean, if you and I were talking about shoes, and if we wanted to buy something fancy online, you know, I mean, but the fact of the matter is that it's always important to not sort of get all excited about finding this great deal online, but to look out for the secure signs of HTTPS, and that's really important. That when you're shopping online, look out for that. Look out for secure, the closed lock sign. You know, these are all the things that we should never forget about whenever
that's why we have you to tell us about.
And I think that's the important thing. You know, if I could give one message out that's really critically important, is whenever you're putting your bank account details on anything, whenever you never have to give it to anybody verbally, or those details, but when you're putting it onto on a website, because you're shopping, you must always look out for the security of that particular site.
Now, what is vishing and what is smishing?
So all of it, the phishing, vishing, smishing, all seek to do the same thing. That is that they want to try and get personal information and banking information out of their potential victims. With smishing, it's SMS, So you receive it by way of SMS, but very often with smishing, the perpetrators try and get people to click on a link so that the malware gets loaded onto their device. Most of us use smart devices these days. So when that happens is that if the malware has been downloaded onto that particular device, the perpetrator then has access to all your personal information after that.
No, from your phone. They can look at all your things on your phone. They can even do it
with other devices as well. But they often, when they send out the SMS, the smishing mails, the messages, that's what they try and do, is to get malware loaded on, and then, of course, get you to either call them and that kind of thing. With vishing, and I always tell everybody the easy way to remember it is with the V, it's voice. So it's a call to you. So they call you and they purport to be someone.
Something vished.
Yes, and they get information out of you. So and unfortunately, again, people are still responding. Yeah.
You know, we need to be so careful, especially because technology is developing faster than what we are learning it.
Sure.
So we need to be extra careful. Thank you so much for coming and teaching us all about phishing, vishing, smishing. Yeah, I feel a lot more protected now. Thank you. Did you know that it's believed that 1 in every 131 emails contain malware that is used to generate money from unsuspecting users? Join us again next week when SABRIC CEO Kalyani Pillay explains how to avoid email hacking so you don't become another statistic.
We are brave, innovative, everywhere. We are SABRIC.
Hey, Baxter. Now we have the perfect midweek break, especially if you're lactose intolerant. After the break, we make a delicious cashew nuts cheesecake. Plus, we check out what went down at the Lickalicious Dog Park event that was held at the Walkhaven Dog Park in Johannesburg. Do tweet us and hit us up on social media and let us know which SABC soapie is your favorite. Tweet us at Afternoon Chat using the hashtag Afternoon Express or comment on our Facebook page. Where are you going? Where are you going? Hey.
This is your chance to win the home you've always dreamed of. Enter the Win a Home competition by voting for your favorite design duo on privateproperty.co.za and stand a chance of winning a fully decorated apartment at Pavlovas Lifestyle Estate, developed by Bawinile Properties, worth over 3 million rand. Plus, you'll automatically be entered into the weekly draw, where this week you could walk away with the incredible Samsung Galaxy Note 9 smartphone. And if that's not enough, Capitec clients stand a chance to win a further 5,000 Rand in cash. Competition details plus T's and C's can be found on the Private Property website. Win a Home every Thursday evening at 7:30 on SABC3. The stage is yours. Clover Nolac, lactose-free milk that lets you enjoy dairy again. Made with love by Clover.
Welcome back to Afternoon Express, and we are back in the kitchen. Now, Clover Nolac is a lactose-free milk that tastes sweeter than regular milk, but without the added sugar. And today, it is the hero ingredient in a decadent cashew nut cheesecake. So this is a perfect midweek treat. It's actually, for me, I think it's a perfect everyday treat. And if you are lactose intolerant, this is a great recipe for you to try. So to do that, SMS the keyword Clover to 33650. SMSs cost R1.50 each, and free SMSs do not apply. This sounds incredible.
Yeah, whether you're
going to make my hump day.
Absolutely. Whether you're lactose intolerant or not, this is a killer dessert.
Yeah.
Do you want to get started?
Amazing. Yes, please.
Cool. So we've activated our cashew nuts, which means basically
You've soaked them.
We've soaked them, and we've actually soaked them in the Clover Nolac, just like that.
Amazing.
There we go. Cool.
How long did you activate them for? Like, how long did you have to soak them for them to be activated?
Overnight is best. I really feel like you shouldn't go anything less than overnight, but it's easy. Put it in a jar, pour the Clover Nolac in there, put it in the fridge, forget about it. You know what I mean? Easy peasy. So there's still the goodness of like dairy is in there. It's the lactose that has been taken out. So that's the problem. People like react badly to the lactose, but they still want to get the goodness of dairy into Clover Nolac.
Yeah, well, nobody's ever dairy intolerant. You're always just lactose intolerant, hey?
Exactly. A little bit of sweetness from maple syrup. Just like that. I love maple syrup. A little bit of oil going in there.
Yeah.
There we
Olive
go.
or sunflower?
Sunflower. Yeah, I think like olive's going to give you a bit of like a bitter taste. You don't want that. You keep it nice and creamy.
Yeah.
Then we've got some almond butter over here going in. Again, we replaced the eggs, we replaced the dairy. So the almond butter is going to kind of give you that like binding texture. Get in there. There we go.
Amazing.
Perfect.
If you don't have almond butter, can you use peanut butter?
Peanut butter? Why not?
Absolutely. Yeah, you know why? Peanut butter is a lot cheaper than almond butter.
Yeah, pretty true. Chances are you have peanut butter in your cupboard already.
Exactly.
Yeah. Cool. Lid on.
Yeah.
Give it a good...
And smush that up. Oh, that already looks tasty.
Let me just put it on.
Oh, nice.
It just popped out. That's me.
Yeah.
Done. I like keeping like a few of the nuts in there, so you can kind of like bite it and they'll be like, ooh, what's that? It just reminds you this is a cashew cheesecake.
Amazing.
Cool. This is our filling. Let's talk about the base real quick. So in here we've got some dates, some toasted pecans, and we've got some toasted coconut, my ingredient of the day. Blitz the two together, it goes like nice and like fudgy. Pack it into the bottom of your tin just like that, and this is the base. Here we go. Pour it over. We're not gonna bake this as well. Keep it nice and chunky.
That is nice and chunky.
Yeah, I mean, I don't want it to be too super smooth.
There's no... Okay, wait. What you're making, what are you replacing it with? What would you normally use in a cheesecake?
You would normally use cream cheese.
Okay.
And if you were going to bake it, maybe use some egg yolks.
Okay, so this is the vegan... No, that's not vegan. Okay, but it's taking out the lactose. So it's the lactose-free, so you can't...
There we go.
Okay, I get you.
There we go, got you.
Because you don't get lactose-free cream cheese, hey?
My brain's like ding,
Am
ding,
I
ding,
complicating
ding, 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 ding. I suppose you probably do, but we're using the Clover Nolac today. That's our hero. So this goes to the freezer to sit. And I like that, because I like extremely cold desserts like ice cream.
Yeah.
So this kind of does that job. To finish it off, I took some candied cashews just over the top.
Yeah.
A few more dates just to add some sweetness. So there's crunch, there's creaminess, there's like ultra decadence. It is amazing.
This is amazing. I love cheesecake.
It's great.
So I'm going to give you my honest opinion at the end, because I think this is phenomenal.
Okay.
I'm actually going to
scoop in right now.
Can I?
Okay,
come,
sure
give me a scoop of it. Which one do you want me to scoop from?
I don't know. I bet you're going to go for the center of the thing.
No, I'm not going to do that. I mean, I was raised well. Okay, tell me the truth.
Take it from the end.
Can I really take a little scoop?
Yeah, I want to hear what you think.
Oh, amazing. Amazing.
There we go.
It's so light and fresh. What a treat. Yes. Happy Wednesday, everybody. Now, remember to SMS the keyword Clover to 33650 to get this recipe sent directly to your phone. So SMSs are R1.50 each. Free SMSs do not apply. And if you need to see how it's done one more time, as much as I need one more bite, watch this space. over.
There's no easier, more tasty and convenient way to treat your dog than with pedigree pouches. The important thing to remember is that dogs also love to socialize, exercise and explore. It's with all of this in mind that these essential ways of treating your dog that Pedigree held a hugely social dog and owner get-together. And here's what went down.
Whiskers, feed their curiosity.
The event held at this park in Johannesburg saw all dog owners and their four-legged friends invited to experience exactly what a lickalicious meal is all about.
So today's event is at Walkhaven Dog Park. It's all about showcasing Pedigree and its Pedigree wet pouches, which are so lickalicious, and just showcasing what a lickalicious moment is to the dogs. A lickalicious moment is anything where a dog shows pure enjoyment, and that could be from them running and jumping into the mud or jumping into the water, or just enjoying being around all the other dogs that they find interesting. Pedigree food pouches is so lickalicious because it's the most convenient and easy to serve meal for the dog owner, as well as a delicious and nutritious meal for the dog that has no added sugar or preservatives.
Pedigree wet food pouches are the perfect complement to your dog's lifestyle, ensuring that they get the nutrition they need through real doggy delicious flavors and textures.
Well, Baloo gets spoiled with treats everywhere. Home, friends and family. I can take him everywhere, he's phenomenal. But I think at home he definitely gets spoiled the most with these lickalicious treats. If it came down to an eating competition, I would like to say it's him, but I'm embarrassed to admit that it's probably me. But he is crazy for food. If Baloo could talk, I think and I hope he would say that he loves me and I'm his everything. Do you love me, boy? Baloo, do you love me? Mwah.
Pedigree pride themselves on nutritional feeding to ensure your best friend lives a healthy, happy life while giving back by supporting shelter dogs looking for a second chance at happiness.
Pedigree is all about adoption and supporting the shelters within our initiative, which we support them by providing them with food and bringing out the good that dogs bring to the world by feeding them Pedigree. So Pedigree is a very nutritious meal. It provides all the nutrients and the delicious enjoyment that a dog needs from a dog food.
It's so important for your dog to have a nutritious diet. They need it for their joints. They need it to have a long, happy life. And there's also ways to check that they're healthy. You can have a look at their gums. So it's absolutely vital. And to get out. So many people neglect their dogs, and you must take them for exercises, for walks every day, whether it's 10 minutes, 20 minutes, or every second day. It's absolutely vital. And you can see it in your dog's mentality. It just shows all over their face. This is the world's happiest dog. He isn't fazed by anything. Other dogs can be going ballistic and barking, and he's just like, he doesn't care. He's just happy all the time. He loves people, especially animals. He loves animals, and this guy is crazy for food. He's just a wonderful dog.
Make sure that your dog is receiving all the exercise, company, stimulation, and the nutrition they need through a balanced diet, and treat them with lickalicious moments every day.
First of all, I'm so glad that Jeannie and Chef Clem made enough for all of us. Now, after the break, we meet one of the bravest 7-year-olds that we know, Thaarikah Matthews, who survived 4 major surgeries after being diagnosed with congenital heart disease. See you after the break.
Clover Nolac, lactose-free milk that lets you enjoy dairy again. Made with love by Clover.
Get ready. The face of cybercrime is changing. And so are we. We are smarter. We take charge. We are in control. We are brave, innovative, everywhere. We are SABRIC.
Welcome back to Afternoon Express. Now, surviving a major disease is never easy, but how much more when you are just a child? Today we meet 7-year-old Thaarikah, who inspired her family to raise awareness of her condition after she was diagnosed with a congenital heart disease.
Now, her family has established an organization called Brave Little Heart South Africa, which is a family support center for other people living with the condition. Welcome to our loft. I've been dying to have this family on the couch because their story shook me to the core. And more than anything, it made me celebrate. It made me celebrate being a triumphant human being, a brave human being, overcoming, doesn't matter anything that they put in front of you. So firstly, I want to congratulate you.
Thank you.
You're so cute, Mom. Talk us through the moment you found out that your little baby is diagnosed with this incredibly rare disease, from what I've read up on it, and now you have to deal, and where education on the disease is not that much.
Yes, it's quite hard because, like you said, education and the knowledge of congenital heart disease is not out there. And it was strange for me as well, because children don't have heart problems. That's normally associated with adults. So to find out that my baby, which was 3 months old at the time, has a heart condition was quite hard.
Yeah. 3 months is basically nothing. You just got your baby in your arms. And I'm sure that having to find out what she needs to go through was also just so overwhelming. But Prof, for those people at home who are not familiar with congenital heart disease, what is it?
So essentially it means that you've been born with a defect of the heart. So the heart is made up of 4 chambers or 4 rooms, and there are multiple arteries and veins that go in and out of the heart. If there's any abnormality in any of those, that is congenital heart disease. It's much more common than you think. Okay. About 1 in 100 children are born with heart disease, and some of them are small, tiny little hole in the heart, and some are much more complicated, the way Thaarikah had, that actually requires heart surgery.
And I'm looking at you, Thaarikah, and you know today is National Daughters Day, and I think your parents are so proud to have you as their daughter. What were the symptoms? Like, what was happening for you to say, okay, something might not be right? Like, was there complete normacy up until 3 months old? Or when did you start noticing that something was?
I noticed when she went home, because she's the youngest of 4, so I've had babies before. Her heart rate was quite fast. She was sort of purple in colour, the soles of her feet, her nails, her fingertips, and also her breathing wasn't normal. Yeah. So all those things I picked up, but because I didn't know about congenital heart disease, I didn't know what I was actually looking at. And that is where the problem comes in, when you see it, but you don't actually know what it is. Yeah. So education's important.
So Farid, as a father, I'm sure that, you know, fight mode was kicked in immediately. When you found out your baby girl isn't well, I can only imagine, as the protector, the provider of the home, you just want to make sure everything's okay. What did you guys have to go through as a family to make sure that your daughter gets the care that she needs?
Well, it's a shock. Let's put it this way. If you don't know about congenital heart disease, and like Radia mentioned that, you know something's wrong with the child, but because you don't know the symptoms, it's quite difficult. And going back and forth to hospital or maybe clinics, and everyone just brushes it off as this and that symptom and whatever. So before she was diagnosed. She went into the hospital for diarrhea, and literally within seconds, when the doctor looked at her and said, look, your baby's got a heart disease. Now, congenital heart disease affects not just the patient, it affects the entire family. So the siblings, the 3 siblings, knew she went to hospital with a runny tummy, and the next moment you're having a heart operation. So the difficulty to accept that first, and to try and understand it and process that within that short period of time. And because of her condition, she needed surgery like as soon as possible.
Yeah.
That is the most difficult part for any family, learning about the condition. And then once you start getting used to it, everything changes. Your whole routine changes. And it's not just your routine, it's the routine of your extended family that has to adapt to her condition. So in 1 minute she'll be running around and next minute she'll be rushing off to hospital. We even had a bag pre-packed already. For 1 minute you'll be, you know, your child is perfectly healthy and the next moment you're off to hospital for 1 day, sometimes up to 3 weeks.
Wow.
Just with a common cold, depending on the condition of the child's heart defect. And it affects your work. And as if you are a provider, the sole provider of the home, it affects your work. At some point, your employer will sort of say, look, you are staying, you know, you're out of work too much.
Did you have any medical aid throughout this?
No.
Because, I mean, in and out of hospital must have become so expensive.
It is expensive, and it's mostly your out-of-pocket expenses.
Yeah.
Because you don't budget for those type of things. And like any moment, you have to rush off to hospital.
Is this why you set up the foundation?
No, afterwards.
Okay.
So
amazing.
Basically, the information out there was typically just what you could find on social media.
Yeah.
And the assistance that you could get was only via social media. And sometimes you need a little bit more than that.
Yeah.
A little bit more than just reading up something and someone texting you. You actually just need someone just to sit there and listen to you, but someone that understands.
Of course.
Instead of having to tell your story over and over and over. So you go back and forth from hospital to work, you don't see the rest of the family, sometimes for days on end. And that connection is lost as well. And those siblings and granny and everybody else needs to adapt to that. And because it happens so fast, and there's no time to sit down and discuss it and whatever, because everything is just...
It's imminent.
Yeah,
and you need it now. So tell us about the reason and the need to set up the foundation, Brave Little Hearts SA.
Well, the need was definitely firstly to create awareness.
Yeah.
CHD, that's the acronym that has been used, basically is to create that awareness that it is real, basically. The information we found wasn't sufficient enough to make us understand. Other than what our medical team, and we had a great medical team that would explain it to us in such a way that we could understand, and also that we could carry that message over to a 5-year-old, which was our youngest daughter at the time, 5, 7, and 11. And they gave us almost a means to explain it to each one of them at their level so they could understand what. So the idea is to behind Brave Little Hearts essentially is to educate that parent when they are diagnosed, to take that journey with them. You can't really teach people coping methods, but you can actually assist them through their journey because you've been there. And more so that when the parent leaves the hospital, that you know that that parent knows the child's condition, they can tell others about it, and ultimately they are the primary caregiver. Outside of a hospital, the doctor's not there 24/7.
Yeah, it's up to the parents and the family to come together. But all this incredible information that you've given us today will be up on our Afternoon Express website. So do head over, check it out, and read up on it. We have National World Heart Day coming up on the 29th of September. So thank you so much for sharing your story. It's such a critical time.
Thank you. Thank you for being here. Well done.
Truly a courageous and triumphant story indeed. Now stay right there where you are, because after the break we continue the conversation with actress Bawinile Ntshaba.
They're cute, they're cuddly, and they're TV stars. Baxter and Donut, the adorably fluffy four-legged members of the Afternoon Express family, are sharing their daily adventures on social media. To see what Baxter and Donut get up to behind the scenes, follow the adventures of Baxter and the adventures of Donut on Instagram.
Welcome back to Afternoon Express. We're back with Bawinile Ntshaba, who you will lovingly know or remember as Kethiwe. But she's moved on now to play other characters, and we chatted about that a little bit earlier. But you also are the founder of the Royal Soapie Awards.
Yes, the first ever.
The first
award
ever
ceremony that honors the soapies only.
Yeah, that must be the most glamorous affair in the land.
Yes, but you know what? We've had some challenges.
Yeah.
Because like we were talking earlier, that Maktiwa economy is on a decline. Unfortunately, the arts are the first ones to feel the chop. You know, I don't know what happens. We announced that we're coming back, and we're supposed to have the awards sometime in August, but because of the challenges and budget cuts and things, we had to like take a step back. But we are definitely coming back this year still.
Yay.
Yes.
Yay.
Yes.
I mean, a lot of organization must go into it. Like it's
a lot.
Quite a production.
Yes.
Right?
It's a year-long preparation,
Amazing.
Really getting the production houses to submit and getting the judges to vet and judge, you know, and getting the public to vote as well.
Okay, I want to know, what are the categories and who are the judges? Because I would love to be a judge on this.
It's Judy is the perfect hint. She's giving us a hint.
I know. She just straight up asked for a job.
We get it. Noted. Noted.
I want a job on a soapie.
There was one
time gets asked all the time.
Yeah, there was this one time where Jeannie legitimately cried, tears, was shook. I felt everything.
Yeah.
And it was all fake. She was just playing with us. So Jeannie literally could be an Oscar-winning performer. So you need to get her on your royalty.
Why? Because she can cry.
Drop of a hand.
Crying. Please tell them, Bonnie, like acting is not tears.
Yeah, acting is not crying,
Acting is
guys.
not
Calm
crying.
down, calm down.
There are people that think just because you can cry, you're a great actress.
There's some actors who've never cried once, and they're some of the most brilliant actors in the world.
Jeannie haters are gonna hate.
Just calm down.
Okay, girl, slay away.
It's fine.
Because that's really, really exciting. But even that hiatus that you took, didn't you just miss acting?
I did. I think I realized last year that meant something is not adding up in my life until I got the script. And I was like, yes, now it makes sense. This is it. Then I had to murder that role. I murdered it.
That's amazing.
I still want to murder more though.
Exactly. But I love that confidence. What does it take as an actress to be able to say, or anyone in their field of work, to say, I killed that?
I think, no, firstly, even when I started at Generations, I mean, there were big names there. But I told myself, that's my space as well. I belong there. That was my attitude.
You have to go in and own it.
Yeah. I told myself, nobody's going to intimidate me here. God has placed me here for a purpose. I'm going to get in here. I'm going to give my best. This is where I should be now.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
That's the only way to be.
And so many people needed to hear that right now.
Yeah.
It's such an important message.
I want to know about all the philanthropic work that you do, because you've got a foundation as well attached to the soapie.
Yes. So we launched a foundation because our funders, which is mainly government, they said to us, come up with something that's going to also improve the lives of the people in the communities, and especially underprivileged
Those are the fans of all the soapies.
Yeah. Exactly. So I come from a village. So there are many people from villages who have talents, but they don't know what to do. They don't know where to go to. So we felt we need to come up with a foundation that's going to go back, take the professionals, take them back to the municipalities and let them teach the skills. Not only acting, but behind the scenes, because I feel like we are not clued up when it comes to the technical side of the industry. People just think art, you know, being famous, and that's it. No, the business of the arts is behind the scenes. So we need to teach them script writing, editing, camera, you know, all the careers that are there behind the scenes. So that's the work that we want to do. And we also started giving out sanitary towels to matric and schoolgirls, like all of them. And then we're giving out matric dresses. Because I know, I was once there.
Where you needed a dress and you so desperately wanted to go to your
And you don't want to be
dance.
writing your matric exams and you're worried, oh my God, so I'm not going to go to the matric dance because we are poor, we don't have money.
Man.
You know, I've been there. Like tomorrow I'm giving out the dress that I wore to the Royal Soapie Awards. I'm giving it away because I can't wear it again. What are you doing to me?
We're making sure you're never going to fit in that dress again.
No, don't fall for it. Don't.
This is the way we make sure our guests come back to Afternoon Express. We just feed them really well, and then I'm sure that'll keep you coming back.
We keep everybody happy.
Next week I'm back.
It's part of the strategy.
Bonnie, can I cut you a slice as well?
It's been such a pleasure chatting to you and having you in the loft.
Yeah,
and we're so glad to have you back on our screens, and I'm sure there'll be many, many, many more moments to look forward to of you just murdering it.
Yes. Yeah, thank you so much. Thank you.
And Jeannie and I will be judging the Soapie Awards soon, hopefully.
And now she's just climbing on.
And Jeannie will judge the outstanding actress category because she can cry.
Yeah. Perfect. Sounds like a plan to me.
I just want to thank God and my mom.
She started.
Join us again tomorrow as we chat to power couple JR and Seppi. Plus their adorable son Siba will be there. Goodbye and God bless.
Afternoon Express, made with love by Clover.
Another feel-good production.